We live in a world that's constantly evolving, where change happens faster than we can often keep up with. In the midst of all this, one thing remains undeniably true. The key to unlocking your potential is education, but not just any education, the kind that happens every day. So many of us think that education ends once we leave school, but in reality, the journey of learning has no final destination. Every single day presents us with a new opportunity to grow, to expand our minds, and to better ourselves. The knowledge we gain, the skills we develop, and the wisdom we acquire are what shape us into the people we are becoming and the people we can become. Today, I want to remind you of something incredibly powerful. To educate yourself every day is not just an act. It's a mindset, a commitment, a lifestyle. It's a choice that empowers you to push beyond limitations, break down barriers, and continuously evolve. So let's dive into how you can make this mindset a part of your everyday life. Committing to dedicating time every day to gaining new knowledge or skills is one of the most powerful choices you can make in life. In a world that is constantly evolving, this commitment serves as the foundation for personal growth, professional success, and overall fulfillment. The truth is, we are never too old or too experienced to stop learning. The moment we stop actively pursuing knowledge and new skills is the moment we stop progressing. It doesn't matter whether you are a student, a working professional, or someone retired from their career, there is always room for improvement and expansion of the mind. The first step in committing to daily learning is recognizing that the process of education doesn't only happen within the confines of a classroom or through formal programs. Education can take place in countless ways. Through books, conversations, online courses, podcasts, documentaries, self-reflection, and even failure. The opportunities are endless, and when you choose to embrace them every day, you begin to see life itself as a continuous learning experience. A fundamental part of this commitment is setting aside dedicated time each day for personal development. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to get caught up in the rush of daily tasks, meetings, and responsibilities. We often convince ourselves that we don't have enough time to learn something new or develop a skill. But the truth is, if you really want to prioritize learning, you must make time for it, just as you would any other important activity. Whether it's reading for 30 minutes a day, taking an online course, or practicing a new skill, setting aside time for learning ensures that it becomes a consistent part of your routine. The key to making daily learning a habit is consistency. It's not about setting lofty goals that seem impossible to achieve. Instead, it's about making small, manageable commitments each day and building on them over time. This could mean starting with just 10 minutes of reading or listening to a podcast every morning. Eventually, as this practice becomes ingrained in your daily routine, the time you dedicate to learning will naturally increase. Over weeks, months, and years, this commitment adds up to substantial growth. Think about it. If you read just 10 pages a day, that's 3,650 pages in a year, which equates to a number of books that could drastically change your perspective on various topics. In addition to consistency, it's important to approach daily learning with intentionality. Instead of mindlessly absorbing information, take time to reflect on what you are learning and how it applies to your life. Ask yourself questions like, how can I apply this knowledge to my career? Or how can this skill help me grow as a person? Intentional learning involves an active effort to not only gain knowledge, but also to understand its relevance and significance. When you are intentional about your learning, you begin to view every piece of information you encounter as a tool for growth. Another aspect of this commitment is the willingness to step outside of your comfort zone. We often stick to what we know because it feels safe and familiar. However, true growth happens when we challenge ourselves to learn things we don't know or that seem difficult. This might involve trying a new hobby, learning a foreign language, or developing a skill that is completely unrelated to your current career or interests. It might feel uncomfortable at first, but the discomfort is a sign that you are pushing yourself to grow. The more you commit to learning beyond what feels easy or familiar, the more your capabilities expand. Moreover, daily learning is not limited to the acquisition of new information or technical skills. It also includes learning about yourself. Self-awareness is a powerful tool for personal development, and it often comes from taking the time to reflect on your experiences, thoughts, and behaviors. By dedicating time each day to self-reflection, journaling, or mindfulness practices, you can gain deeper insights into who you are, what you value, and how you can improve. This self-knowledge is just as important as any external knowledge you gain because it helps you make informed decisions about your goals, relationships, and actions. One of the greatest benefits of committing to daily learning is that it keeps your mind sharp and engaged. In an era where technology and information are constantly changing, our ability to adapt and stay relevant depends largely on how much we choose to learn. Lifelong learning enables you to stay ahead of the curve in both your personal and professional life. Whether you're trying to keep up with advancements in your field, learn how to use new technology, or simply stay informed about current events, the more you learn, the more confident and capable you become. You develop a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. With this mindset, challenges become opportunities to learn and improve rather than obstacles to overcome. Another powerful aspect of committing to learning every day is the sense of accomplishment and satisfaction that comes with it. We often measure our success by external markers such as promotions, financial gain, or recognition from others. While these things are important, the true sense of fulfillment comes from within. When you dedicate yourself to learning, no matter how small or big the lesson is, you are investing in your own growth. This investment pays off in numerous ways, enhancing your self-esteem, boosting your confidence, and giving you a sense of pride in your own development. It's also important to note that committing to learning every day doesn't mean you have to do it alone. There are countless resources available to help you on your journey of self-education. Whether you choose to join online communities, take part in workshops, attend seminars, or engage with mentors, learning from others is a key part of the process. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals who share your passion for growth and self-improvement can keep you motivated and inspired. These interactions also provide opportunities to exchange ideas, challenge your thinking, and broaden your perspectives. Sometimes the idea of dedicating time to daily learning can feel overwhelming. We may think that we don't have the resources or the energy to focus on personal development, especially when we are juggling other responsibilities. However, learning doesn't require a significant investment of time or money. It doesn't have to involve enrolling in formal classes or spending hours at a desk. In fact, learning can be as simple as listening to an educational podcast while commuting, reading a thought-provoking article during your lunch break, or practicing a new language for 15 minutes a day. The key is consistency and making learning a priority. When you commit to learning each day, even in small ways, you begin to see the cumulative impact it has over time. The process of learning also involves mistakes and failures, which are an inevitable part of growth. The more you dedicate yourself to expanding your knowledge and skills, the more you will encounter challenges. However, rather than seeing failure as a setback, view it as an opportunity to learn and refine your approach. In fact, some of the most valuable lessons come from the mistakes we make along the way. Learning is not a linear process. It's full of ups and downs, twists and turns, but every experience, whether positive or negative, adds to your reservoir of knowledge and resilience. As you continue on the journey of committing to daily learning, you will begin to notice the transformation in yourself. Over time, you will develop a deeper sense of confidence in your abilities and a greater understanding of the world around you. You will become more adaptable, more open-minded, and more capable of handling the complexities of life. In fact, one of the most profound effects of committing to learning every day is the increased sense of empowerment it brings. The more you learn, the more you realize how much potential lies within you to shape your own future. This commitment doesn't just transform you as an individual, it can also have a profound impact on those around you. When you prioritize learning and growth, you become an inspiration to others. Your dedication to self-improvement can motivate those around you to embark on their own journeys of education, whether it's a colleague, a friend, or a family member. The example you set can ignite a spark in others to make learning a daily habit as well. Ultimately, committing to dedicating time every day to gaining new knowledge or skills is an investment in your future. It's a decision that pays off in ways you may not fully understand at first, but over time, the results will become undeniable. As you make learning a consistent part of your daily routine, you will not only transform yourself, but also unlock the endless possibilities that come with a life dedicated to continuous growth. Staying curious and open-minded, seeking opportunities to learn from every experience is one of the most important attitudes you can cultivate in life. Curiosity is the driving force behind discovery, innovation, and growth. When you choose to be curious, you embrace a mindset of exploration, constantly searching for new knowledge, new experiences, and new ways of thinking. This mindset not only enriches your personal life, but also enhances your professional success, helping you adapt to new challenges and open doors to opportunities that would otherwise remain closed. Curiosity is often described as the desire to know, to understand, and to explore. It's an innate trait that many people possess to varying degrees, but it is something that can be nurtured and developed. It is about asking questions and seeking answers, being open to the unknown and remaining engaged with the world around you. But curiosity doesn't stop at the surface level of asking questions. It's about digging deeper, constantly striving to understand the why and the how behind the things you encounter. It's a deep-seated drive to learn and discover something new every day. Open-mindedness goes hand in hand with curiosity. While curiosity drives the quest for knowledge, open-mindedness allows you to fully absorb and appreciate that knowledge, even when it challenges your existing beliefs or assumptions. The world is full of new perspectives, and without an open mind, you can easily miss out on valuable insights. When you remain open-minded, you allow yourself to consider alternative viewpoints, hear different opinions, and grow from experiences that might initially seem foreign or uncomfortable. It's this combination of curiosity and open-mindedness that makes learning an ongoing dynamic process, one that stretches across all aspects of your life. The beauty of curiosity is that it is not limited to a specific domain. You don't have to restrict yourself to learning about your field of expertise or interest. A truly curious person seeks knowledge in all areas of life, whether it's reading about history, exploring new technologies, engaging in a conversation about philosophy, or trying a new hobby. The opportunities to learn are limitless. The world is filled with fascinating subjects, each offering a chance to deepen your understanding of something new. A curious person doesn't just stick to what is familiar or comfortable. They venture outside their own circle of knowledge, explore diverse interests, and gain insights that enhance their ability to understand the world from a broader perspective. Every day presents a new opportunity to learn something valuable. Often people overlook the wealth of knowledge hidden in the smallest of moments. Whether you're waiting in line at the grocery store, walking through a park, or engaging in a casual conversation with a friend, there's always something to learn if you approach each moment with curiosity. Life is constantly teaching you new lessons. The challenge is to stay aware of those lessons and seek them out. Even in seemingly mundane situations, there are lessons to be learned if you pay attention. A simple conversation with a colleague might reveal an idea that challenges your current thinking. A trip to the store could introduce you to a product or concept you had never considered, or watching someone else solve a problem might spark a new idea or technique for tackling challenges in your own life. This continuous process of learning through experience is crucial because it allows you to adapt. The world around us changes rapidly, and if you're not curious and open-minded, you risk falling behind. The ability to learn from every experience helps you remain flexible and adaptable, key traits in navigating today's ever-changing landscape. A curious person is constantly evolving, constantly growing. The more you seek knowledge and insight from a variety of sources and experiences, the more capable you become of responding to challenges, embracing new technologies, and handling shifts in your personal or professional life. However, curiosity and open-mindedness also involve a degree of vulnerability. Being open to learning means you must be willing to admit that you don't know everything and that you have room for growth. It requires humility, the ability to acknowledge that there is always something new to learn, even if you are an expert in your field. This is particularly challenging for people who are deeply invested in their own beliefs or ways of doing things. It can be difficult to entertain alternative ideas that contradict what you've believed for years, but this is where the true power of curiosity lies. The willingness to entertain new ideas and perspectives expands your worldview and fosters greater understanding of yourself and others. When you approach life with curiosity, you develop a deeper appreciation for the complexity of the world. Every person you meet has a unique set of experiences and perspectives to offer. By staying curious and open-minded, you open yourself up to learning from those around you. Conversations become opportunities to broaden your understanding, not just of the person you're speaking with, but of the world as a whole. Listening to others with a curious mind and an open heart allows you to engage more deeply, create stronger connections, and build relationships based on mutual respect and understanding. Similarly, curiosity is the driving force behind problem solving. When you face a challenge, your ability to approach it with an open mind can make all the difference. Instead of being stuck in a rigid way of thinking, curiosity pushes you to explore different angles, brainstorm various solutions, and experiment with new approaches. An open mind allows you to see opportunities where others might see obstacles. It enables you to think creatively, take risks, and explore unconventional solutions. In the process, you develop resilience and flexibility, essential traits for overcoming adversity. In a rapidly changing world, the most successful individuals and organizations are often those that foster curiosity. Industries evolve, technology advances, and new trends emerge every day. The individuals who thrive in these environments are those who never stop learning, those who keep their minds open to new ideas and constantly seek ways to improve. Curiosity is the foundation for innovation, the spark that drives new ideas, products, and services. It's the curiosity that leads someone to ask, what if, or why not, and then to explore the answers. The most groundbreaking discoveries, from scientific breakthroughs to business innovations, have often emerged from a simple, persistent curiosity about how things work and how they can be improved. In the professional world, staying curious and open-minded also involves seeking feedback from others and viewing it as a learning opportunity rather than a critique. It can be difficult to receive criticism, especially when it challenges your methods or ideas, but a curious and open mind will view feedback as an opportunity for growth. Constructive feedback provides insight into areas where you can improve, refine your skills, or approach tasks from a different angle. By embracing feedback with an open mind, you turn every piece of advice into a stepping stone toward becoming better at what you do. In addition to professional growth, curiosity and open-mindedness play a key role in personal development. Being curious about yourself, the way you think, feel, and behave leads to greater self-awareness. The more you explore your own emotions, habits, and reactions, the more you understand the underlying factors that influence your decisions. Self-reflection, guided by curiosity, helps you identify patterns in your behavior, recognize areas where you can improve, and celebrate the ways you've grown. It's through this continuous process of self-discovery that you can build confidence, gain clarity on your goals, and find purpose in your actions. Moreover, curiosity can be a powerful tool for building empathy. When you are curious about the lives, thoughts, and feelings of others, you begin to understand them more deeply. Instead of making assumptions or jumping to conclusions, A curious person seeks to understand where others are coming from and why they act the way they do. This openness fosters stronger relationships, improves communication, and promotes cooperation. By embracing curiosity, you can break down barriers, reduce misunderstandings, and create a more compassionate and connected world. Curiosity also helps you overcome fear. Fear often arises from the unknown, from the uncertainty that comes with unfamiliar situations or new challenges. But when you approach those challenges with curiosity, you shift your focus away from fear and toward discovery. Instead of fearing the unknown, you embrace it as an opportunity to learn and grow. This mindset not only reduces anxiety, but also increases your willingness to take risks, try new things, and embrace the unknown. Staying curious and open-minded isn't always easy. In a world filled with distractions, competing priorities, and information overload, it can be difficult to maintain a constant sense of wonder and interest. However, the rewards of curiosity are immeasurable. When you commit to staying curious and open-minded, you open yourself to a lifetime of learning, personal growth, and meaningful experiences. Every day becomes an opportunity to discover something new, to grow, and to deepen your understanding of the world and yourself. Curiosity and open-mindedness are the keys to unlocking your fullest potential and living a rich, fulfilling life. You said education is only valuable when you put it into action and use it to improve. This statement encapsulates a powerful truth that many overlook in the pursuit of knowledge. In today's world, we often focus on accumulating facts, learning new concepts, and achieving academic or professional credentials, believing that education alone is the end goal. However, education in itself, without practical application, remains inert, a mere collection of ideas and theories that don't translate into tangible results. It is the process of taking what you learn and using it to drive meaningful change in your life and the lives of others that gives education its true value. At the core of this idea is the distinction between theoretical knowledge and practical wisdom. Theoretical knowledge is important as it forms the foundation of understanding. It provides you with the tools to think critically, to solve problems, and to understand complex systems. However, unless you actively engage with this knowledge and apply it in real-world situations, it remains abstract and disconnected from the problems it aims to address. Education in this sense becomes a means to an end, not the end itself. It is only when knowledge is transferred into action, when ideas are tested and refined through practical experience, that its true power is unlocked. Think about the many fields where education plays a pivotal role, such as in medicine, engineering, business, or the arts. In each of these areas, theoretical education provides individuals with a solid understanding of concepts and principles. A doctor learns about the human body, disease processes, and treatment methods. An engineer learns about forces, structures, and design principles. A business professional studies marketing, economics, and management strategies. These areas of knowledge are all vital for success, but the real difference comes when these individuals put their education into practice. A doctor doesn't just know about diseases. They apply their knowledge in diagnosing and treating patients. An engineer doesn't just understand physics. They design bridges, buildings, and machines that work in the real world. A business professional doesn't just study market trends. They make strategic decisions that drive the success of their organization. The gap between knowledge and action is something that many people struggle with. It's not uncommon to see individuals who have spent years accumulating degrees, certifications, and credentials, yet they fail to make significant progress in their careers or personal lives. They may have a wealth of theoretical knowledge, but they don't know how to use it effectively. This disconnect can occur for various reasons. Sometimes it's due to a lack of confidence or a fear of failure. Other times it's because the knowledge hasn't been internalized enough to be applied instinctively. Whatever the reason, the result is the same. Education becomes a passive activity, something to be checked off a list rather than a tool to be wielded for real-world improvement. One of the key challenges in making the transition from knowledge to action is the application of learning in everyday situations. It's easy to understand something in a classroom or a training seminar. It's a controlled environment where concepts are taught step by step, and there's a clear path to understanding. However, real life is far more unpredictable. The knowledge you acquire must be applied to solve problems, navigate uncertainty, and make decisions in a constantly changing world. This is where the true value of education emerges. When you apply what you've learned in dynamic real-world scenarios, you not only enhance your own abilities, but also contribute to the improvement of the systems around you. For instance, take the example of a student studying environmental science. They might spend years learning about climate change, ecosystems, and sustainability. But until they apply this knowledge by designing policies, launching initiatives, or influencing industries to adopt more sustainable practices, their education remains academic. It's only through the active application of their knowledge that they can create tangible change. The same is true for any field, whether you are a teacher, a scientist, a writer, or an entrepreneur. Education becomes valuable when it is used as a tool to solve problems, innovate, and make a difference in the world. Education also has the power to propel personal growth. It equips individuals with the skills and knowledge to improve themselves. But again, it's the application of these learnings that leads to meaningful change. For example, you may learn about emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, or time management. But unless you actively apply these principles in your relationships, career, and daily life, they are unlikely to have a significant impact. The person who reads about emotional intelligence but doesn't practice it in interactions with others will not experience the same level of improvement in their personal and professional life as someone who actively integrates these lessons into their behavior. Education gives you the potential to grow, but growth only occurs when you use it to refine your actions and reactions. In the business world, the same principle holds true. Many entrepreneurs or professionals attend workshops, seminars, or courses that teach them about leadership, strategy, and financial management. However, it's not the knowledge that leads to success. It's the ability to take that knowledge and apply it effectively. When a leader learns about motivation and team dynamics, they must actively put these principles into practice in their management style. When an entrepreneur learns about market research or consumer behavior, they must use that information to shape their business decisions. It's the ability to translate knowledge into action that allows individuals to navigate the challenges of the business world and ultimately achieve success. The application of knowledge also plays a crucial role in innovation. Many of the greatest discoveries and inventions in history came about because individuals applied existing knowledge in new and creative ways. Think of the development of the airplane. Theoretical knowledge of aerodynamics, physics, and engineering existed long before the Wright brothers' first flight. But it was their ability to take that knowledge and apply it practically that led to the groundbreaking innovation that changed the course of history. The same applies to other fields, whether it's technology, medicine, or art. Innovation arises when education is combined with practical action, when theories and ideas are tested and refined through real-world experimentation. Moreover, education becomes truly valuable when it is used to improve not only one's own life, but the lives of others. This broader impact is where the power of education truly shines. When you take the knowledge you've gained and apply it to help others, whether through teaching, mentorship, volunteering, or community engagement, you contribute to the collective progress of society. Education in this sense is a tool for social change. By putting what you've learned into action for the benefit of others, you help create a ripple effect that can extend far beyond your immediate circle. For instance, consider a teacher who educates their students not just by conveying facts, but by inspiring them to use that knowledge to solve problems in their communities. A social worker who applies their understanding of psychology to help individuals overcome personal challenges. An engineer who uses their expertise to design infrastructure that benefits underserved communities. These individuals take their education beyond the classroom and use it to improve the world around them. It's this type of application that transforms education from a personal achievement into a force for collective good. However, putting education into action is not always easy. It requires discipline, persistence, and a willingness to take risks. It often involves stepping outside your comfort zone and facing challenges head on. The road to putting education into action is rarely smooth, and there will undoubtedly be failures along the way. But these failures are not an indication of the uselessness of your education. They are simply part of the process. Failure is an opportunity to learn, to refine your approach, and to ultimately improve. When you apply your education, you will inevitably encounter obstacles, but the value of education is that it equips you with the tools to overcome them. Ultimately, the true value of education is not found in the accumulation of knowledge, but in its application. Education is not an end in itself. It is a means to improve, innovate, and make a difference in the world. Knowledge without action is like a tool that is never used. It has potential, but it does not fulfill its purpose. Education becomes meaningful only when it is used to solve problems, foster personal growth, and contribute to the betterment of society. The process of applying education to real-world situations is what gives it its true value, and it is through this application that we truly unlock the power of learning.